What's up, dudes? Snail here. Long time no chirp. I apologize for that. I've been working on MMS and I'm done. It's done. All right. And I know there was one part. That's it. It was that same block. All right. I'm going to take you through it. Here we go. Look at these little beauties. All right. The Snail Shack is coming together, guys. I mean, I got to tell you. 2 days. Hard labor. Hard labor. But check it out. Here's what MMS. I'm just gonna take you through it in the video. Alright. Oh, I got dirty hands. Oh man, have you ever seen that YouTuber that does stuff in his garage? He's got dirty hands. Dude's awesome. Oh, what's it? Cranktown something. Anyway. Check it out. 20-degree angle. Cut it on the miter saw is the easiest way. Or, yeah, I think that's the miter saw. Anyway, I'm not a woodworker, man. Sorry. But whatever the saw that goes like this, you can set the angle, go to 20 degrees, good to go. And dude, if you can't tell that I'm not a woodworker by how Mickey Mouse this is, I can't help you. But it's totally functional. Totally functional. I love it. So I haven't set up the 3DQ system yet on it. I've used 3DQ before. I love 3DQ. I talked about it in the first video. So the parts are just going to fall right in. This is catching little poops. But parts are going to fall right into the buckets just like that. Boop, boop. Right? So when you want to do a job and you don't want to babysit the printer and take stuff off, 3DQ is the place to go. I'll put the info on the screen right now. Poof. All right. So moving on. So 20 degrees angle. Come down. I don't even know what this is. Let's check it out. Do I have a measuring tape? Yes, I do. All right. This is impromptu. It's at 1 in the morning here, guys. But I just want to get this done. Oh, and by the way, there's no way I'm charging for this file. I'll just put it up. It's free, guys. So there's one person who supported. To you, the supporter of MMS, I appreciate you. You bought me a roll of film there. Thank you. All right, here we go. Check it out. It is, from the top, you're going to be looking at about 13 inches. From the bottom, you're going to be looking at just a little bit over 12 because of the angle. All right. So what you can do if you're in a house, all right, or if you have drywall and it's not in a shed, you can put up a 2x4, just like this painted 2x4. You don't need two 2x4s. You can, I put up a 2x4 so I can do things like this. I put up a little magnets. I just put CA glue on there, and I have my little spatulas and stuff. All right, works pretty good. And look, same thing with the plates I did up here. I put CA glue on a couple of magnets. I was gonna design something, and, make it fancy, and I might, but dude, CA glue on a couple of magnets, and my fingers paid for it. But whatever, we got it done. Look, got the plates up there, and I'll probably have another set of plates when I start doing with the 3DQ on here. I'll have another set of plates, and I got the one P1S. That is all I can really do in here because I am skimping on power. I'm not going to show you the power situation. Code, but it's working, man, and everything that needs to be grounded is grounded. So that's cool. But yeah, check it out. The wires just, I just put them behind the 2x4s up here. You really don't need to do two 2x4s up here, or anything like that. You just, okay. I'll link I didn't design this. I'll link the mount. It's two clamshells together. It prints on the Mini in one shot, and it clamshells together, and it screws in, and it goes to the wall. It's the easiest thing ever. You don't need to put it here on the side. I got 3 in an 8-foot board here. So that's, or sorry, 4. So that is actually not that great. If I wanted to maximize space, I'd get rid of the table. I'd slap this baby on here with a couple of screws, joot, keep it here. I'm doing 3DQ, and I'd move this right here. No problem. You can do that. But the angle is important, especially for the 3DQ. And honestly, I'm not having any problem. This one isn't even screwed. I'm gonna fix this tomorrow. I'm gonna fix this, but it moves. Like this thing is like resonating like crazy, and no problem. Look at the lines. It's fine. I'm printing I got my filament down here. It's driving me nuts. I'm gonna put them on the walls. So that's gonna pretty much finish up the shed. Is when I got the printing shed, when I got the filament on the walls, hopefully. Anyway, moving on to the MMS. The only part that I designed, and I put it in a prior video, and this is the stupidest part ever, was this little block right here. It's an angle block, so it's not going to catch your part if you're doing automation, and that's it. And it keeps the printer in there. Like there's no supports on the side or anything like that. It's just a block right here. And actually the block moves around like that a little bit because the printer's not going to go anywhere. You can see underneath. What's nice too is you get all that airflow. Okay, so you got a lot of airflow here. What does a 2x4 cost? This entire cost of this thing. Okay, I used 3, 4. Let's say 5 2x4s at $4 a piece right now, where I'm at in Texas. You can't beat it, man. So you're spending $20 in lumber. You probably got the screws laying around. It's just going to be much more. It's a cost expedient. It's an expedient way to do it. And look, I have all this space. When these things are on a rack, or these things were on the table before, and if you saw the prior videos, my tables were rearranged, but they, it was horrible. Like I tried to get in and out. Like right here, I can get to the spool, I can pop it off. I figured out kind of a secret. I just go like this. I just do that, and then I hold the other side and go like that with both hands. Anyway, little tips and tricks I learned with the A1 Mini. I'll put up all the files that I printed on this so far. I printed on the MMS listing, and these aren't my designs. I just printed them out from Maker World, actually right from my phone. The numbers, love them. The handle, love it. I can lift this right off. Boom. This, love it for the A1 Mini. Okay. Oh, and I designed this broken clock that spins backwards. I'll link that in there too. It's super cool. All right. Anyway, this piece right here, it rides on top of the system, and you can actually just push down and release the tubes. So getting the tubes off is no problem, and it adds this space. I'm doing this while it's moving. This space right here, that little section where you see the cross sections, that's lifted up. So that keeps the tubes more aligned. I was having a ton of problems with these minis, failure to feed. It was just like failure to feed. And it was because they were, the AMS was off to the side. It wasn't in the same position all the time. Now they are, that's great. So that'll solve all that. But also the angle of the tubes coming in was bad. So oh my gosh, this little print, whoa, great. Another mini print that's fantastic. Right here. Whoa! This is a must-have for every A1 owner. All right, mini or otherwise. The poop deflector, you guys have all probably seen those. Those are great. I'll put that on there too. But this little piece, it's a twofer. All right, this right here, I can't do it because they're all running right now. But you pop this under the lid and just go, and it pops the lid off. So you don't need to do that weird pinching motion that's kind of awkward because of the fan on the other side, right? It's awkward to pinch and get it off. But this just goes and clicks the thing right off. It's so much fun. And then this right here, these two inner parts, this is just a block to make sure it doesn't go too far. But these two inserts right here, you just go and pull the sock right off. You can pull it off blazing hot, no problem, in 2 seconds. And then I even use these little hooks to get that little bar. And I do it when it's hot, honestly, when there's like a clog or something, or I was, because before I had these pieces, I was getting all kinds of clogs. But now it's no problem, honestly, with these pieces. I don't even know it. But yeah, it makes it really fast for just pulling out the nozzle. Oh, and to get that little piece, that little lever piece right here, boop, knocks that right off. That's it, guys. Those pieces are the best. I mean, this printer is bulletproof with those things. No, I don't want to say all that, but I got the P1P. I spent $1,000 on this thing with the AMS just recently too. And I love bamboo, especially now, but this screen sucks. So I got we got to upgrade to a Panda. So that's another $60. But the Panda's cool. I can control all of them. I get it. But yeah, I got a clog in here. To clear the clog in here, I haven't done it in 2 days. Because I know it's going to take like an hour. This is the first time I've done it, but then it'll probably be faster, 25, 30 minutes, whatever. But to have to remove all the Allen screws and everything to clear that clog sucks. So I'm telling you that I can't wait for the P2S to come out. Okay, when they're using the same hot end and everything as these A1s, because man, guys, for $450, if you can print the part, without an enclosure, the downside of these printers, and I think it's a significant downside because, we started with the production we're doing right now. It shifted to needed to be ABS, which is why I got the P1S. I said P1P. I'm sorry, P1S. So yeah, it was crappy to have to do that. Because the build plate on the A1 Mini, it probably could go up to 100, but it's locked at 80, I think. So you can't do engineering materials even if you wanted to put an enclosure with that. Otherwise, the MMS system would be a little bit cooler with an enclosure and stuff. I'd probably just do a bag or something. I don't even know how I'd do it, but it'd be wild. Yeah, because ABS is nice to print, but PLA and PETG gets it done for a lot of stuff. So, you can print. I can print glass filled COP. One of the subcontracts I do, or have been blessed to get, was using not glass filled nylon, COPA it's called, and we were using Polymaker COPA, and that runs just fine on here. So nylon runs great. At least the easy print nylon, and also that COPA nylon, which is, it's fantastic material. So yeah, it's limited in some regards when you need that enclosure and that higher bed temp, but there are some cool materials that are still available. Anyway, that's kind of my breakdown in MMS. I droned on a little bit long, but I truly do. I agree with the first video that I said. I think that, or with what I said in the first video, I think that this printer is drop dead fantastic. And for the price, $250 without the AMS. AMS is great. Get the AMS. $400. That's insane. I've been printing for a few months now, pretty solid on these things, and it's like, they don't even blink. They're really, really. I was, before I was using the Prusa Mini with the 3DQ system, with that same nylon project that I was talking about, and I just had all kinds of problems with the cantilever arm, it just not being steady. Well, I was using the arm to knock off the parts, so that was also adding to it. But really, I just, there was a lot of downsides with the Prusa, and the A1, the Bamboo Lab A1 Mini has solved every single one of those problems. The sensor suite is amazing. For clogged filament, 9 times out of 10 it's going to detect it. The same thing coming from the AMS, it's fantastic. Printing from your phone, fantastic. It's just it's truly a great machine, and I think the machines like this and this class of machines are going to do a lot for manufacturing. I mean, just for example, a project I have coming up is for designing some packaging. A manufacturer here in the city is doing some really expensive parts, and he needs some customized packaging that's, you get in with manufacturers, and it's usually a long-term thing because they have a long-term contract and things like that. But that's all going to be done these minis, for sure. I mean, it's PLA, PETG that gets it done for that, for sure. That is a fantastic application for 3D printing custom packaging inserts, because oftentimes shipping costs are going up. So the more condensed you can ship something safely, good to go. The volume weight means a lot, especially if you're shipping things back and forth, because a lot of manufacturers are shipping prototype stuff back and forth. So they need good shipping solutions, and just quick, and somebody to take care of it, because they've got other things working on the project. So that's something to look at, guys. If you're looking to drum up business and stuff for 3D printing, get in with. You're going to talk to the manufacturer. I'm talking about metal parts typically, right? Metal parts manufacturing. I'm going way out, guys. Just leave if you were just here for MMS. But if you want to know a little bit about what I'm doing with this metal parts manufacturing, I was in metal parts manufacturing before, and I've since gotten out of it, and I'm solely in plastic stuff, and I really enjoy it. And I love Snail. I love designing for the greater. For the world, really. I eat it up. I love this stuff. But to get specifically into something that I think a lot of people who are into 3D printing should do is look towards I want to say manufacturers in general, but really even people who are doing R&D and those types of things. In your towns and in your cities, people who would be shipping small, medium-sized parts repetitively, things like that. I think packaging is a great for applications like that, because those guys who are into metal, who are who are into subtractive manufacturing, are is that what I could call additive, but yeah, subtractive. I think manufacturing. When you're into people who are into that they don't understand additive like that, like you do, just being a simple 3D printer. They understand 3D printing and whatnot, and they're oftentimes tool and die makers are infinitely more skilled than I could ever be on my best day. I mean, these are brilliant people, but they just don't know that space, and they don't have time to focus on it. So I suggest going, if you have people like that in your town or your city, I'll just approach them, and you have to tell them, you give them a couple ideas of what you can do. And I would say, that's why I'm telling you this whole spiel, is to say, like, I can do custom packaging if you're moving stuff back and forth and you want to keep things secure, or whatnot. I can design those kind of things for you. And that's an interesting relationship for them, because people don't really understand, the application for 3D printing. That's an easy one for them to understand, and it's easy to produce. So they're not going to necessarily care about extremely care about quality of the part, as far as surface finishes and things like that. It's just functional part. But those orders typically span. Those contracts are usually worth thousands of dollars. Over a long period of time, and the payment's weird a lot of times. Because usually you're subcontracting for a subcontractor. In that case, at least in my neck of the woods, that's usually how it goes. So your payments like 6-8 months, whatever. It's going to be a long time, but who cares? I mean, they will pay. eventually, and you'll make a lot of those parts, like a lot of those parts. So, and it's the same. It's a single buyer. That's the thing. You're not going out and bird dogging every day. You're spending more time on one project for a good amount of time. And what happens is, well, for example, the one that I was using, the project that was recent that I was using nylon for, that glass filled nylon, that's been ongoing for last year. But what happened was they broke their mold. So, or no, sorry, they didn't break their mold. They lost their mold. It's a big corporation, and they lost their mold. And so, it's like they can tool it up. They can, pay somebody to send over the designs, pay somebody to tool it, get another one made. It's going to cost them like 20 G's. You know what I'm saying? That's not a big deal for them. But if they have a solution, to stop fill that. What happened is the same manufacturer that I'm gonna design packaging for right now. He was Subtractive. They're out there shotgunning, or they're out there gunning for contracts all the time. So he's speaking to this big company, and he said, "Hey, you guys got any projects that are coming up that you don't have anybody? There's no bids or whatever the case may be. However he bird dogs that." And they gave him this drawing for this part that they had lost the mold, the injection mold for. So he gets it, and he's like, man, he's not into additive manufacturing. So he would have had to take because it was customer spec. He would have had to take a solid block of COPA, or glass filled nylon, and milled it, machined it, okay, to spec. So his cost would have been more than my cost as additive, for sure, in materials alone, and he has the headache of needing to make it. So, me, I come in there, you stop by. I mean, he's a really good friend of mine, but if they're not, friends or whatever, then stop by on a regular basis. This turned into business advice, but anyway, yeah, stop by and check in and see what projects they have going on. That's it. Just check in and see what projects they have going on. And he just showed me this one real quick, and I said, yeah, I can print that. I can print that. It's like, really? No kidding, And I quoted him way too low. He's my friend, I don't even know what he's charging them. That's the other thing. You probably won't know what they're charging. If you're subcontracting with a subcontractor, you probably won't know. And don't ask. I made the mistake of asking once, and that was stupid. But what they're charging, what they're billing the main buyer, so, or whoever's the main purchaser. They don't ask them to disclose that. even though you're gonna feel like, honestly, even with your friends, you'll probably feel like you're getting ripped off a lot of times after you've printed a few thousand of the item, and you quoted too low. You're gonna feel like a jerk, but that's life. You don't want people to ask you necessarily and feel obligated to tell them what your pricing scheme is and how you're operating. So just keep that in mind. You don't need to know that detail. I made that mistake. That's why I'm saying that, and it's not information you want to know, because sometimes it's like extremely high, and you're like, I just bit the bullet, because a lot of times those parts and things that they're making are very expensive, or for assemblies and whatnot for the DoD or whoever the main purchaser is. You're definitely it seems like you're fighting for scraps, but you're not. You're absolutely in a place of being a capable person at the right time. So yeah, I don't know why the MMS video turned into that spiel, but I'm gonna leave it. That's pretty good. 1:30 in the morning or something. I don't care. Snail's got nothing to do. Like and subscribe. And if you want more business advice, and I don't know, I don't really. I'm not the best. I mean, I consider myself quite the failure as a business person. So, I mean, a lot of people, I guess, would see it another way and probably call me a success. But man, I probably will never feel that way about myself. So, if you want advice from me, that's great, man. I've done a lot of different things. I've been a serial entrepreneur, but I tell you what, I really like 3D printing. I mean, I really like it. I really like it more than 3D printing. I love design. I'm new to designing. I've been, not really, but I mean, I've been speaking over somebody's shoulder while they design it for forever. And that didn't cut it. So about a year ago, I started learning Fusion 360, and I love it. I can actually start to unlock a little bit, as I get a little bit better with the software, to unlock what I have, going on in the noodle. So I hope there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up for you guys. I want to post a lot on Snail, like thousands of designs, Lord willing. However I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I could croak right now and drop this phone, but however long the Lord lets me, cruise around this earth and puts up with me, I really hope to do Snail designs, and I've been thinking a lot more about that, just kind of going more into detail. I've been thinking a lot more about how I want to do licensing and things like that. Guys, I love creating. I love the entrepreneurial spirit. I'll tell you, like, to point blank, I've just bounced back and forth. Should I charge money for these? Should I not? How do I want to charge for licensing? You know what? I don't want to. I don't want to charge for it. Honestly, if I were to do something that I wanted to do, it would be a nonprofit 3D printing and raise up villages in Africa with 3D printing and things like that. I'm not raise up villages, but raise up 3D printing operations inside of villages and things like that. I think it's an amazing technology. I think it's there. I think that they can do it. That's what I'd be doing if you want to know the truth. So I think what I'm going to do is just release all the designs I do on Snail for free, commercially too. Attribution, because I don't know, that makes sense. But yeah, I think I'm going to be doing that. So look out for that. I'm excited about design and other things I got going on, other projects. Great, but I really like Snail. It's a passion of mine. And I want to continue it for a long time. So I hope you like and follow and subscribe, and share this with a friend or whatever. Let me know in the comments what you want me to make videos about or whatever. I don't know that people want to know or people want to hear from me, but if you do, man, like and subscribe. I guess that's how it's done. That's what I do. I watch YouTube all day long, man, at least in the background. So I know how it is, dude. If I annoy you, if this conversation annoyed you, man, get out of here, dude. Don't subscribe for nothing, and push do not show on the thing so I don't show up in your feed. That's what you gotta do these days, bro, because I'll be hounding you, man. You'll be seeing some weird stuff. So but yeah, otherwise, like and subscribe. I love you guys. Jesus loves you most. You really got to remember that, because we're not going to stay here forever. We're going somewhere forever. All right? We're going to be with somebody forever. So remember that. Jesus loves you most. Absolutely, bar none. Have a great day. Crap, too. I almost forgot. All right. I gotta do the drawing for like 2, maybe 3 months worth of the $50 do a make, and whatever, do a snail make, and I'll pay the $50. Very few people know what I'm talking about, but I owe you guys a drawing. It's probably gonna be for 2 or 3 gift cards, And then I'm probably going to stop the program because I didn't do all that well. But I'm lazy. I'm sorry I didn't do it. I tried to set up an automatic system to know and I just got lazy. But I will get on it, and I will do that drawing. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I'm not a scam artist. It probably looks like I am because I did that and I did do a drawing. So, like, anyway, I feel horrible about it, but I will, and it's always on my mind. But I will be unlazy one day soon, hopefully, and do that drawing, and we'll be good.